Om Sada Shiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Punattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om प्रातस्मरामि hrudi samsphuradátmatattvam saccitsukham paramahamsagatim turèyam yatsvapna jágarasussuptamavaiti nityam tadbrahma niskalamaham na cha bhutasañgha. So this PraatasSmarana stotram is actually a very good summary of the Vedanta itself, the entire teaching of Vedanta. And normally we are supposed to chant this as soon as you get up in the morning. Okay, you get up in the morning, we said that Karadarshanam and Bhumi Vandanam and all we do, Shama Prarthana we do to Bhumi. Maybe you can then do Danta Davanam and then chant this particular thing right in the morning every day, so that your entire day you are this vision is there with you. Okay, that is the idea. This PraatasSmaranam, like that it starts in fact. So I remember or I recollect this right in the morning. Whatever is there, hrudi samsphuradátmatattvam, means whatever is available to me in my hrudi means your heart. Heart is generally taken only as the antakaranam. Okay, your mind and intellect only is called heart also. Wherever hrid shabda is used, Bhashyakara says it is only manas. Manas and buddhi together is considered as heart. So in the heart, in your mind, whatever is available as Atma Tattvam means what? I, correct? Whatever is Spuranam means whatever is available to you or whatever is there as I, the I sense which we all feel or sense commonly, correct? There is an I sense which is there, which only I take it as myself. That is the Atma Tattvam we talk about. And that Atma Tattvam is always available to us as the I thought or I sense. But the whole confusion is about that only, correct? The entire human problem is that I take the I as something other than I. We place the I on our body, mind, sense complex. That is the first problem. Because the body is sentient and we have knowledge of the bodily sensations, we think that I am the body. It's very natural also. People do not do any analysis and all that to arrive at this. You are born and after some time, once you grow, then you have a certain ego sense comes in the child itself, correct? In the development of the child, first, in fact, the child only has this ego sense. It understands itself, that it has certain needs, wants, and it keeps on, it can even put on a tantrum to get whatever it wants. Initially, the child doesn't even understand that others also have a similar sense or others have similar expectations and all that. The child doesn't know that. Very young children only have I sense is developed and everything is only about them. They want whatever they want, they want. They are completely in the spell of their own ragadvesha, you can say that way. That's why even those who are grown up and still only go by their ragadvesha, we say they are childish, correct? Of course, in English there are two adjectives are there. One is childish, another is childlike. So childlike is normally used as a positive adjective, you can say. because we all want to retain a certain childlike innocence and childlike quality to enjoy things. Because children really are living in the moment, correct? They do not have a big worry about either past and future and all that. So children are able to enjoy that moment, and even if something happens, they fall down, they get up, and then just nobody is watching, they will just get up and get along, right? Get up and get along. Otherwise, they will look here and there. If mother is there, they'll start crying because they want the attention then. So like that. But anyway, the childlike qualities, even we want to retain it as an adult. That's not a problem, but you cannot be childish in the sense that you do not, everything you think is only for the sake of you, or everything has to happen according to your likes and dislikes. That is not a very desirable thing in an adult, correct? But anyway, so the idea here is the I sense is there, right, in the child onwards. But the child then also understand others also have their I sense and their own likes and dislikes and expectations and all that. That is the growing up process. Then we have a certain commonly sensed understanding that whatever I want, only others also want. Correct? That is the basis for samanya dharma. Whatever we call as conscience or common sense and all that is basically an understanding that I want others to behave towards me in a certain way. Correct? In fact, everybody is 100% dharmic in that manner. With reference to others' behavior towards myself, I am 100% dharmic. I want others to always say the truth. They have to be pleasing. They have to love. They have to give me some presents, whatever. Correct? They should not say any harsh words. They should not hurt me in any manner. All, even if I make any mistake, they should also not punish me. They should only tell me in a certain manner, even if I am wrong. All these expectations we have from others. We are very clear about others' behaviors towards us. In that we are 100% dharmic, because we conform to all the dharmic principle, correct? Satyam vada, priyam vada, hitam vada, correct? All these things from others we have expectation. Ahimsa, they should not hurt me. So ahimsa, satyam, all these samanya dharma we call it, correct? These are all commonly sensed values. We are very clear about that. They have to be like this only. Then what about them? You behaving towards them? And also they also have the same expectations from you. So that also the child starts understanding. Once the child develops intellectually to a certain extent and understand this, from then onwards, Samanya Dharma is known to everybody. It's clear. Nobody can claim ignorance of Samanya Dharma. That's why it is Samanya, in fact. It is a God-given knowledge. Like even in the animal world, we see so many examples where the animals are all born with certain knowledge. Otherwise, they won't even survive. Yesterday also we saw so many monkeys holding on to their mothers. Now, if the mother has to teach the child monkey to hold on and all that means most monkeys will not survive. Correct? The mother is not conducting some special Vedanta class or some class to teach the child monkey how to hold on when I am jumping from one tree to another and all that. That is instinctually it knows that it has to hold on to its mother. In fact, you don't even have to teach Newton's law, gravity and all that to the baby monkey. That if you leave, you will fall at 9.8 meter per second square. You will accelerate and hit the ground at this force and all that, and your bones will break. Nothing. You don't have to give any graphic description and all that. It knows. Correct? And that's why it survives also. It holds on to its mother for its very life, really speaking. Like that, all of us sense these common values. So, but the whole thing is, in all this also, the I itself is taken for granted. That's what I want to convey here. We have a commonly sensed values, and then we have to lead our lives also according to those values. Of course, there are also situational values and all that which we learn as we go forward. There's Samanya Dharma, Vishesha Dharma and all that. Accordingly, assuming that you want to live according to a certain values, then you try to structure your life according to that. You make at least an effort, even though your likes and dislikes may overpower you sometimes. We all at least strive to be or strive to live according to certain values. That is there. But in all this, even if you live a dharmic life, you are still looking at yourself only as an individual, confined to a certain body, mind, sense complex. That is the problem. That itself is a problem because even while you grow up, you think that I am growing up, and but my body is also growing up. So sometimes you say it is my body, at other times you say I am fat, I am dark, and all that. You take the body itself as I. So towards the body, that itself is contradictory, correct? Sometimes we say it is my body, other times I take the body itself as I. So aham, mama, both are there with reference to the body mind sense complex. Sometimes I say it is my mind, my eyes, my ears, and all that. So I say my ears are not hearing properly. Then tomorrow I say I am deaf. Means the I, the same thing becomes I the next day. Today it is mine, or today it is I, tomorrow it is mine, and all that. There itself there is a contradiction, but we never seem to even notice all these things. That is what is avichara siddha. The whole this ahas, this Puranam is there for everybody. I in the heart, in our mind, and all that. But that Puranam itself is not, is again wrongly sometimes it is placed. Correct? There is a error there. Erroneous notion about the eye sense is there all the time, and nobody even analyzes that. You just take it for granted, and sometimes society also contributes in all that. Correct? So the way you grow up, that's how it is. Everybody takes that for granted, and then all your vyavahara is now based on that wrong assumption. The starting point itself is wrong, in fact. Then your whole life is based on that. But then the Shastra comes and says, no, no, this is not. Whatever aham spuranam you have, that's not correct. You think that you are a mortal, correct? You are subjected to space-time. If you are there here, you are not there. If I enjoy something in this room, I cannot enjoy some other thing in the other room. So I am confined to only one place. And also if I enjoy something now, I cannot enjoy the same thing tomorrow also. Sometimes it is a problem because I have to be somewhere else. So I cannot enjoy something all the time. I cannot enjoy something everywhere. Both is a problem for us. But all of us want happiness. What kind of happiness? Unconditional happiness. Because if I ask you, do you want to be happy now, in the afternoon, in the evening, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after 10 years? You will say yes. I want to be always, I want to be happy, regardless of whatever may be the time period. I want to be always happy. Then if I ask, you want to be happy in Rishikesh, in Chennai, in Delhi, in US, everywhere I want to be happy. I want to be happy in this room. I want to be happy in the next room. I want to be happy at home. I want to be happy at office. Everywhere I want to be happy. So every time also I want to be happy. Everywhere also I want to be happy. That is the Purushartha. That is what everybody wants, in fact. But that is not possible because you take yourself to be a wanting person. As long as you are a wanting person, you can never be happy because the very want itself is a problem. It doesn't make you happy. So once you are a wanting person, everything starts from there. Wanting, that I am a wanting person is ignorance. From there, desires start. Because avidya, kama, karma. That is the progression. So if you take yourself as a wanting person, then you have kama, that you want to know, fulfill that wants. You want to somehow get rid of that want so that you are free from that want. So any freedom from any want is a certain happiness only, because that then manifests as a vishaya sukha for us. So in that manner, That's how the whole life is going. That's all based on avidya. The fundamental I thought itself, since it is associated with the body mind sense complex, that becomes a problem. From there, your whole life is flowing from there on, the vyavahara. So that itself has to be now corrected. Now in this particular stotra, or whether we should call it stotra or something else, I don't know, because it is all proper teaching. So what does immediately it says? Saccitsukham. Correct. Your idea of the Atma Tattvam, whatever you are, which is again there in your hridaya, in your mind and intellect, is that I am a wanting person in space time, subjected to all types of limitations and wants. That is your vision about yourself. But what is the Shastra's vision? Shastra says you are the Sadvastu. And how does it talk about the Sadvastu? Sadeva Soumya Idam Agre Asit Ekameva Advitiyam. Sat alone was there. Existence alone was there in the beginning. And how it was there? One without a second. There was no other thing. There was no other thing other than the Sadvastu in its same category. Or there was no other Vastu also in any other category also. Correct? There was no Veda in any manner. And within itself also there is no parts. Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata Veda is not there. That's how the existence was there as existence. And from that everything came because that Sadvastu visualized Tadaikshata, that Bahusyam, Praja Yeti, may become many. So the Sadvastu alone was there when the world was not there. Idam Agre Asit, it says. Idam means this variegated world of so many objects, countless objects are there. Everything is there here. But this Idam Agre. Agre means Prak Srishti. Means before all these names and forms manifested, all of these things were there in the form of only the Sadvastu. They were all potentially there in the unmanifest state, along with the Sadvastu. Or it was there only as a Sadvastu. The whole potential is there in the Sadvastu, but it is unmanifest, it is undifferentiated, undivided. Correct? All these words we use. Avyagritam, Avyaktam. So like that it is there, potentially it is there. Then when the Sadvastu, Tadaikshata means when it visualizes, when it identifies with all knowledge and visualizes, the whole Srishti comes, everything, all the differentiation happens. But at that time, what happened to the Sadvastu? It is still Sadvastu only. It never modified, it never changed. That's what we say Vivarta. Without losing its very nature, it has become all these things. All the names and forms have come. The names and forms really don't count. The Sadvastu is still the same Sadvastu. It's there as it is. Then again what? When all these things resolve, it goes back into the same Sadvastu. So that Sadvastu is you. You are that consciousness which was there as only existence. How do I know I can be only as existence? Every night when you sleep, how are you there? Do you have any body mind sense complex? Are you there as a subject with some object to be cognized? No, nothing is there. But in sleep, I am there, correct? I am there only as the existence. There is no other nama rupa, vyakta. Everything is avyakta only in sleep. But I am there. So and there is no space time also. There is no cognition of any space time. So I am there only as existence, even when there is no space time. This is the most important insight we have to gain. From this, what should we understand? That I am not one more object in space time. Is that clear? I am not one more object in space time. In fact, space time is there in me. That can be even more easily understood from the Swapna Jagat. Because in Swapna, the entire space time is coming from you, along with all the objects. And you are also there as one of the beings in your Swapna Jagat, suffering something. That's exactly like how this waking. Gaudapadacharya says there is no difference between the two. Okay, you may see some continuity and all in waking, but in reality, you cannot say that this is any different from that. Only thing is you have already woken up from the dream, so you are very clear about that. But this also you have to wake up from this waking also. You have to wake up from this and own up to your reality, which is that you are the Sat Vastu. Not only Sat, but you are also Chit. Why? Because you are not Jada. The same Sat Vastu only Tad Aikshata. It is able to visualize. And you are also conscious being. You know that because everything becomes evident to you only. You are always the knower, the subject. So everything becomes evident to you. And that is you. If nothing is there to become evident also, you are there as it is. Your Chit Shakti never goes away. It is imperishable, indeclinable, doesn't wane, wax or wane and all that, correct? It doesn't change. Nishkriyam. So nothing happens to that. It is the invariable in each and every cognition. If something is there to be cognized, the cognition happens. If nothing is there to be cognized, nothing happens, but you are still there as it is. Your ability to cognize never goes away, correct? It's always the same. The Chaitanyam alone is there and to which everything becomes evident. You are that Chaitanya Vastu. Then the Shastra comes and says that same Chaitanya Vastu alone is the Jagat Karanam. It is the Sadvastu. It is also Chit Vastu. And that is the Jagat Karanam. There is no difference between the two because there is nobody cognizes any other consciousness. Understand that. Everything else you cognize are only names and forms or objects and all that. They are all Jada, they are all Anatma. Nobody can cognize another Atma. And Veda now comes and says, your Atma alone is the Jagat Karanam. There is no other Atma. There is only one Atma, Ekameva Advitiyam. And that is you. So that is the vision of the Veda. So you have to own it up. Instead of thinking that I am this limited being, you own it up. The I, which is all the time available as I in your mind and intellect. That I is nothing but Satyam Jnanam. Here Sukham is given because sometimes Sachidananda also we say, correct? Satyam Jnanam Anantam is there in Taittiriya Upanishad. In Brihadaranyaka, it's there Vijnanam Anandam Brahma. Like that, all these words are all used to reveal Brahman. They are all revealing words for us. Because when we say Satyam or Sat, what the Veda is trying to reveal is that there is, because it is not like what Buddhists say, correct? It's not Shunya. There is a Vastu. So it has to be existing. But it is not the existence you think like we think. Normally, when we say existent, we even use it as adjective. That itself is a wrong thing. Also, our existence, the understanding is that something exists at a place and at a particular time. Correct? Even scientists always talk about space-time as a coordinate. Correct? There is a three-dimensional space means then spatial coordinates you have to say. If you talk about any existence of any vastu, you have to give the spatial coordinate. Then time also you have to give four-dimensional space-time and all they talk about. So once you talk about a four-dimensional space-time, our understanding of existence is that always anything existent should have these four-dimensional coordinates have to be there to know where it is and when it is, correct? That means we think existence is in space-time. Now that itself is only an assumption. Understand that. We think that is a truth or we never even inquire into it. But Shastra is asking you to inquire into it. Shastra says that no, existence can be there even without space-time. In fact, space-time has come from existence only. That's the vision of Shastra. So you are not a vastu in space-time, although you may feel like that, but in reality, space-time is in me. That's what the Satyam or Sat word points out to, that as existence, it removes away the wrong notion that you are in space-time. That is wrong. You are existent, but you are not in space-time. That's what we have to understand. Similarly, Chaitanyam. Chaitanya means we think it is some sentience. Again, for example, even consciousness and all, we use the word in English, awareness, consciousness. But sometimes we say this fellow became unconscious, and again he has regained consciousness. He was in coma. All these things are there. Correct? Somebody faints, and then again you put some water on his face, give some soda and all that, then he wakes up. So all these things are happening. But we are not talking about that consciousness or awareness, which is manifesting in a particular body mind sense complex. We are talking about the consciousness to which all this, whatever is happening in any body mind sense complex becomes evident. That consciousness we are talking about, that consciousness never sleeps. It does not have any eyes. It's alupta dripti. It cannot, its seeing can never stop. So that's why drite dashtaram viparilopo na vidyate, like that the Upanishad says, avinashitva. So this, it never stops. The seeing of the sight of the seer, okay, or the seer of the sight, we have to say, sorry. Because even the sight, whether you are seeing or not, is known to this consciousness. So it is referred to as the seer of sight. The seer of sight never ceases. Like that you can put in English. It rhymes also well. Correct? The seer of sight never ceases, never stops. Because it is always there as it is only. It never changes. That's why it is Satyam. Because Satyam means that once you have ascertained it as this, its nature can never change. It is always invariable, non-negatable. It can never be negated. Once you have known it in one way, that can never be negated. That is Satyam. That Satyam is myself, because I alone am there like that. Everything known is all changing all the time. They are all mithya. So like this, I am this Satvastu and Chitvastu also. And also Sukham means I am Sukha Swarupa. So this Ananda word I told you is coming in the Upanishad. So Bhashyakara writes the Bhashya there. So he says whether this is an experienced Ananda or not. That is the Purva-Paksha Siddhanta he establishes. Samvedya Ananda, he says. In the Bhashya, he uses the term Samvedya. Now the Upanishad, when it says Vijnanam Anandam Brahma, that Anandam can be taken as Sukham also. They are all equivalent, synonymous words. Whether it is Sukham or Anandam, it is Samvedya or not. That is the question. Okay, is it known as an object again of your cognition? Now the Purva Pakshi says, obviously it has to be known. If you cannot know your own Ananda, what is the purpose of that Ananda? If you cannot even know that. But then Bhashyakara says, if you know the Ananda, then it is only temporary. Once the Jnana Kriya is over, it is gone. Everything Jnanam takes place. And anything known is only Anitya. But Brahman also has Ananta as a Lakshana, correct? We say Brahman is Ananta. Then how are you going to know the Ananta Sukha or Ananta Ananda? Ananta Sukha cannot be experienced. Because experience is only transitory, temporary. So Bhashyakara establishes there that it is not Samvedya Ananda. It is not an Ananda which you know as some experience and all that. Because here it is used as a Lakshana for yourself or Brahman. It is not used in the sense that it as some object to be experienced. You are the very source of all Ananda. You are that Ananda. In fact, according to the Upanishad, Yo vai bhuma tat sukham. So the Upanishad definition of happiness itself is very different. Our definition of happiness is what? Whatever I like, if I get, then I like. Okay, whatever I like, or whatever I dislike, I somehow avoid it. Okay, I am happy. Then how long you are happy like that? Whatever I like, I give you. Then you can have it. Maybe you consume it, then it's gone. What will you do now? That's all. Your happiness doesn't last much or much. Okay, maybe it can be there for another couple of days. You don't know. You keep it. You don't want to consume everything at once. You are very careful. Even as children, we do sometimes like that. Correct? They give us some chocolate, but you don't want to eat the whole thing. You want to enjoy it for a long time. So you eat a little bit, but even to keep in the fridge also, you are afraid. What if your brother takes it? So you have to hide it somewhere. Okay. And then you enjoy. Most animals also do like that, correct? They burrow it somewhere. Sometimes they forget also. They say that many trees are all they they germinate because all these squirrels and other things, other animals, they burrow the seed. Then afterwards they are supposed to eat it, but they don't eat everything. Whatever they burrow, all the things they don't eat. Then it germinates, correct? Like that they help in the forest to farm and all that. Like that also, I think it is true. There is a theory like that, but it is also true. It's based on observations only, I think. I don't have any reason to doubt that. So like that, our sukha, our idea of sukha is all anitya sukha only it is. But what does the Upanishad says? Yo vai bhuma tat sukham. The Chandogya Upanishad says that bhuma means what again? Bhuma is limitless. That which is limitless alone is sukham. That is the definition of Upanishad. Understand that. So again, there also Upanishad is trying to come and correct your notions of sukham or ananda. So Upanishad says, as long as you take yourself as a wanting person, you cannot have lasting sukham. There is no lasting sukham for you. Whatever you may achieve, whatever you may have, if you still think that I am a wanting person, means you cannot have real sukham. Or whatever sukham you may temporarily have also is due to the fact that you don't look upon yourself as a wanting person. Understand this? Because when you fulfill any desire also, what happens there? At least for some time, you don't want anything else. You say that, oh, the world is perfect. Okay. Till the evening comes and it becomes too cold. Now you have to then go and sit within again a rajai or something. Correct? You don't like cold. Means what are you going to do? Till it became very cold, whole world was perfect for some half an hour. Then some mosquito came and put one bite, means your whole world has now become bad. One bite is enough, correct? One mosquito is enough to overturn your entire world. So like that, our idea of happiness also is wrong, completely wrong. Okay, we have to go with what the Upanishad says there also. Upanishad says, Yovai Bhuma Tatsukham. The limitless alone is Sukham because in limitless there is nothing wanting. So it's a complete, it's whole, it's complete in all respects, not lacking anything. Or Purnam, we have to say. Whatever is Purnam alone is Sukham, Anandam. And that's what you have to understand. You are that very Ananda. It is not some experiential Ananda and all that. That experience may be even very exalted experience like Samadhi and all that. But even there, once you come out of that, how are you going to look at yourself? That is more important. Post that experience, if you have Vedantic knowledge, it may be useful also to assimilate the knowledge. See, you have to understand that. Just yoga samadhi will not make you enlightened. It will make you lightened, maybe. Because all the mental vrittis are gone, means you have a lightened mind. Chitta vritti nirodha is how yoga is still defined, correct? Chitta vritti nirodha. So you stop all the activities of your mind. Fine. Then what? You consciously stop it. It is not like sleep. In sleep also you can say relatively there is no mental activity, but sleep happens. But here you consciously stop all activities of your mind. That is yoga. That is samadhi and all that we say. But even there, Once that is over, you come back, how do you look at yourself is more important. If you are already a Vedantic student and you understand the nature of the self and all that, that Samadhi state helps you to assimilate that knowledge better. But otherwise, you are only going to look upon yourself as same individual wanting person. You know, you will again want that Samadhi again and again. Instead of wanting something worldly, you are now wanting that experience again and again. You want to go to that experience, but you cannot be there all the time. Again, you come out, you feel miserable. Again, you try. Maybe you succeed, you don't succeed. Some people are waiting for years like that. They had some experience originally. Then they are not able to get it again because they don't even know how it happened to start with. For 30 years, he is meditating. Maybe once he had some samadhi. Then again, waiting, nothing is happening. You are the same guy. Correct? It doesn't, if you don't change, it doesn't make any sense. Correct? That's why jnanam is very important. Lightened mind is good. We don't say it's not desirable. But the lightened mind has to become enlightened mind. How will it become enlightened mind? Only Upanishad has to make you enlightened, correct? Only Shastra is the Pramana. And you have to subject yourself to the Pramana Vyapara. Then enlightenment happens. Like I told you, enlightenment is not subjected to your will or anything. If you subject to the Pramana Vyapara and you are ready, enlightenment will happen. It has to happen. There is no other way, in fact. An enlightened mind is the one which appreciates this truth that I am saccitsukham. That is my very nature. Till now I was thinking all differently. Right? Each and every word there also, I had some idea that I am existent, I know. But I thought I am in time and space. So I thought I am mortal and I am limited spatially. That's a problem, wanting. But Upanishad says no. You are anantam sat, you are satyam, you are of the nature of consciousness which never changes, which is the basis of space-time. And also it is the source of all happiness. That is the difference now. The same words, samsari also understands in a way, but with lot of errors. The samsari's understanding of saccitsukham is different, Sachidanandam. But at least in our culture, we name people also as Sachidanandam and all that, correct? There are many people called Sachidananda, Sadananda. All these names, at least by naming them, we hope that they will understand it eventually, correct? That must be the idea, I think. Or even there are people called Soham, and there are so many names like that. Interesting names are there. Advait, Vedant. So all these names, at least people are still keeping those names, hoping that they will understand one day. So saccitsukham, all these words we have to understand correctly. They are all Brahma Lakshanam. These words reveal our own nature to ourselves, or Brahman's nature, which is not any different from my nature. So those revealing words we have to understand properly. They reveal to you certain things. While revealing, they also negate all your wrong notions about the normal. If you take the normal meaning of each of those words, then that is the samsari's understanding. But the Shastra's meaning is different. That's why it has to be also expounded properly by a guru. A guru has to teach you what is the real meaning of Sat, what is the meaning of Chit, and what is the meaning of Ananda or Ananta. Each and every one of these words, they reveal your true nature, and that revelation you have to understand properly, because it will also negate a wrong understanding on your part and reveal your true nature to you. And that understanding this only is what? Paramahamsagatim. It is the gati of all paramahamsas, means it is the goal of even paramahamsa sannyasis. Correct? There are sannyasis who are all there. They are called paramahamsa sannyasis. Okay, even among sannyasis, they are supposed to be most exalted people. Okay, so these are the people who are the most exalted sannyasis, because they have given up everything and gone in this pursuit. It is their goal. Paramahamsagati. Among sannyasis, there are, I have told you, I think, correct? There is a Kuti Chaka. Kuti Chaka is the first level of sannyasa. So they take sannyasa, but they don't totally give up everything. They go to the same, mostly they may be in the same village and all that, but they'll go to some remote part of the village and live in one hut or whatever, like that. They may be still doing some karma, limited karma and all that. They have this Yati Dharma Shastra also is there actually. There's a Dharma Shastra for Yatis. In general, we say that Jnani and Sannyasis are all beyond all rules and all that, but it's not like that exactly. But because it is graded there also. Because if you have been a lifelong karmatha, you cannot suddenly give up everything, correct? It's going to be very difficult. So we had even gradations in sannyasa, means you slowly give up. So Kuti Chaka means he has started this journey of sannyasa, but then he has not given up everything yet. It's like first year MBBS, correct? One good thing is first year MBBS you join, first day you go to college, already you are a doctor, correct? Everybody calls you doctor. You have not even attended one class. You have just come there, you have been ragged, that's all. That is your only fame right now, that you got ragged by your seniors. But then already you go home, then they say, my son doctor has come now. Correct? Whatever your friends are now, your other friends are calling you doctor. That is fine. So that means once you have started a pursuit, so already all of you are jnani only. You have come to Vedanta means you have to consider all of you are jnanis. Okay, like that doctor. But you will become doctor. That is the idea, correct? Eventually you will become a doctor, so we can call you doctor. So anyway, sannyasi is also like that. Kuti Chaha, Bahudakaha, then Hamsa and Paramahamsa like that. Paramahamsa is the highest sannyasa because they are beyond almost all rules and all. They have given up everything and they are only committed to this Brahma Vidya and a lifestyle which reflects that also. So this vision is the goal of such Paramahamsa sannyasis also. That's what said here. Paramahamsagatim turèyam also. The word turèyam is there in the Mandukya Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad only, it gives us that word, correct? Turiya means generally we think that I am a waker, I am a dreamer, I am a sleeper and all that, correct? Like this, these three avasthas are there. And I am the experiencer in each of these avastha. I am the bhokta. And different bhogyams are there. In the waking world, there are so many things to be enjoyed. So the enjoyments are also there, different things to be enjoyed. I am enjoyer, the enjoyment also happens. So this triputi is there. In dream also it is there. In sleep again, even though there is nothing to be enjoyed, at least I recollect later on that I slept well. Correct, I had a sound sleep, all that. So sleep also I enjoy. I take myself as a certain enjoyer only. So this way these experiences are there. And each one I superimpose on the Atma, correct? I think I am the waker. So I superimpose the waking enjoyer on myself. So that person is called, like the names and all are given in the Upanishad itself. Vishvaha means the one who experiences the waking state. Then Taijasaha means one who experiences the dream. Because in dream there is only your own Tejas alone is there, correct? You alone are shining as the entire dream world. That's why the dreamer is called Taijasaha. Then Prajnaha means Prakarshena Ajnaha. You do not know anything. Completely, you are in ignorance only in sleep. Tamo vibhutaha and all, even in Kaivalya we saw, correct? You are covered by tamas. But ignorance also is bliss, correct? That's why we say that when you don't know anything, it is really bliss only because you are one with yourself. But you don't know that. That is a problem. Therefore, the karma is still there, you will come back. Like the Upanishad also says that, correct? Why do you even wake up? Means Karma is still there because jnanam is not there. You are tamo vibhutaha. You are covered by ignorance in deep sleep. So because the dvaita abhava is there, there is a sukha is there in that. But still you have to wake up because the karma has to be exhausted. You take yourself as a karta bhokta. You have to wake up. So all these three, there are three like this. But Atma is called Turiya, the fourth. Why? Because normally we assign all these three things to Atma. But the Upanishad wants to show that Atma is neither the waker, nor the dreamer, nor the sleeper. So it is the fourth. Is it clear? It wants to first separate out and show. Basically, Upanishad is doing only an Atma Anatma Viveka here. Because the waker and the entire waking world is only Anatma. Understand that? What you consider as waker is nothing but the mind alone is awake, correct? The mind is Anatma. So waker and the waking world is Anatma. Dreamer and dream world also is Anatma. Sleeper also is nothing but the mind alone has resolved, correct? So what is sleeping there is not Atma. Understand that? That we are superimposing on the Atma. The sleep is actually only for Antakarana. Antakarana only resolves. When there is no Antakarana, Atma need not, or there is nothing to be perceived for the Atma. Atma is still same Atma. It is still the same conscious being. Nothing has happened to it. So this Atma is there during waking also. It is there during dream also. It is there during sleep also. In fact, without the Atma being present, none of these things can happen. But Atma is none of these things. It is asangaha. It is separate. So the word fourth is used. Some people even use words like turiyatita and all that. I think why they say that is it is not subjected to any count and all that. We have to take it like that, I think. Otherwise, turiyatita doesn't make any sense because turiya itself is atita only. It is atita of all the other three states, correct? That's why the fourth is used to show that it transcends the three states of experiences. Atma transcends the three states of experience. So we have to use the word fourth there. But if it transcends the fourth also means what? A fourth itself is pointing to only a transcendental state. But we can say that it is not a state really. Because Atma is always that. If you say a state is a problematic word, correct? Because state can come and go. You are in one state, then tomorrow you change and you attain some other state means. That's why we don't even, the Turiya should not be even called as a state, I think. This Turiya, that's all, it is fourth. It's not fourth state. Why? Because Atma is there in waking state also. It is the same. Atma is there in dream. It is the same. In sleep also it is there, it is same. In fact, if you have to understand it, the way Pujya Swamiji puts it, he says, Waker is Atma, but Atma is not Waker, correct? This inequality you have to understand. Waker is Atma, waking world also is Atma only. Waker and waking world are Atma, but Atma is none of that. Dreamer and dream world is Atma, but Atma is not dreamer or dream world. Sleeper and any potential world in sleep also is Atma, but Atma is not any of that. These are all coming and going. That very fact that one state ends, another state starts, and all that shows that it is all mithya only. Correct? It's not intrinsic to me. If I am the waker and waker is my nature, means it should never go away. Correct? If it is satyam, means it can never change, but it changes. The waker becomes sleeper. As soon as you become sleeper, waker also is waker is no more satyam. Waker is not intrinsic to me. It is only transient. The waking world and the status of being waker both are transient. It goes away. But I am still the same because I am awake, I sleep, I dream. Correct? That I is invariable in all experiences. Not only in this manner, Bhagavan says, Dehi nosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara. Tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra na muhyati, and all that. In the second chapter, he points out beautifully that I also, even with reference to the same body in waking also, the I never changes. I was baby, I was child, I was a Kumara, school going kid, then I became adolescent, I became an adult, youth, then I am becoming old now. But I is the same. The Dehi is the same. The Dehi never changes. So from this again, what we can say? Baby is I, but I am not baby. Child is I am not a child. Kid is me, but I am not kid. Correct? Youth is me, I am not youth. Like that, we have to understand that also. The I remains the same, whatever may be the state of your body, even in waking. But then if you go at the level of the waking dream and deep state also, you have to say, waker is I, but I am not the waker. Dreamer is I, dream world also is I, but I am not dreamer. Neither the sleeper and the whatever the potential world we have to say, or the causal world is there in sleep, because that's why everything comes back. So none of this is I. Therefore, I am the fourth. To point out that I transcend all these things, the fourth you have to understand. Turiyaha. But the Turiya is the one which is there always. That is the reality, that is Satyam. The other three become Nithya because they cancel out each other. Correct? When the one comes, the other goes. Means they are transient. They are not intrinsic to me. They are not part of my nature. The ignorance is to take myself as waker. Correct? The waking personality, waking individuality, you somehow think that that is your nature. That is your very reality. But that individuality is not there always. That is the avasthatraya viveka is mainly for that purpose. Understand that. And once we do this avasthatraya viveka, we have to be very clear that the waking individuality is only like a shirt I am wearing during waking time. That's all. It's nothing more than that. Correct. Bhagavan also uses this analogy in the context of Jiva taking another birth and all that. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grinnati naro parani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani sanyati navani dehi. So he says once this physical body goes away, it is like a worn out shirt. You throw it, correct? You don't want to wear it anymore. You want to wear a new shirt. Like that, this body goes, then the Jiva takes another body. But that is not only in the context of another birth and all that. Even day to day it happens. In the waking only you have this body. In dream you can have some other body also, correct? Your individuality is totally different. You have taken up some other body. You have become a deer. Tiger is chasing you. All these things can happen. Correct? You may not be even a human being in the dream. I don't know whether what kind of dreams all of you have, but I'm saying there is a possibility, correct? And in sleep, there is no individuality, but I am there. Nobody can say I was not there. I am the one who slept, but there is no individuality, is not cognized there. There was no world also. In fact, everything has become potential. So the only invariable in all these things is I. That which is there as I as in your heart, correct? That's what hrudi samsphuradátmatattvam. That alone is the invariable, unchanging reality. And you have to recognize that, correct? And in fact, that is the one which knows everything. Yatsvapna jágarasussuptamavaiti nityam. All the time, this I alone is knowing whatever is happening in the waking, whatever is happening in dream, whatever is happening or whatever that did not know anything in sleep, correct? All that, these three states, you are the Sakshi. This Chaitanyam alone is the Sakshi in all states of experiences. The experiences themselves come and go. The invariable in each and every experience is myself. That's what Kenopanishad also says in a very beautiful way. Pratibodha viditam matam amritatvam hi vindate atmana vindate viryam vidyaya. Like that it goes. So pratibodha viditam matam means what? Bodham bodham prati yad viditam. In each and every cognition, that which is known. Then you will think some object, correct? That's not the idea. Objects keep on changing. You cannot say the same object is known in every cognition. What is known in every cognition is yourself, because you are the invariable consciousness. Correct? Pujya Swamiji used to say that like this: if you know apple is, means there is apple consciousness is, correct? If you say table is, table consciousness is. If you say orange is, orange consciousness is. If you say chair is, chair consciousness is. If you say body is, body consciousness is. Let us say, correct? In all these things, what are all changing? Apple changes to table, table changes to chair, chair changes to something else, then it changes to your own body. But what is unchanging? Consciousness is unchanging. Consciousness, that is what Bhashyakara calls Sadbuddhi. Sadbuddhi never changes in every cognition. That is the only one, permanently it is there, invariable. And you are that. So you have to recognize that. That's what the Kenopanishad is saying. Pratibodha viditam matam. And if you know that, Amritatvam hi vindate, because you become free from space-time itself. You have to just know that. So you are the one who is invariable in every cognition, whether it takes place in waking state, dream state, in sleep state, wherever it is. Tadbrahma niskalamaham. So I am this Sakshi who is nothing but Brahman. This Sakshi, this Chaitanyam, Sakshi Chaitanyam is not separate from Brahman. It is the same Sattvastu, Ekameva Advitiyam Sattvastu alone entered this world and is available to you as Aham, Aham, Aham in your Hridaya. All you have to do is recognize that. You are already that. Give up all your wrong notions, then what? Tat Brahma Nishkalamaham. The partless Brahman is you. I don't have all this Shodasha Kala Purusha and all is again only samsara. It's all wrong notion that I have 16 parts, etc. In fact, there is a list also in the Prashnopanishad. You read, it gives a whole list. What are those 16 kalas? In which the 16th one is the name. Okay. And 15 more it gives. But none of these are my reality. I am a partless whole. That's what. And nacha bhutasañgha means I have no connection to any of these bhuta. Everything is made up of mahabhutas only, correct? Elements and elementals are there here. The whole world is element and elementals. My body, mind, sense complex also is the same thing. It is all elementals only. It is all made up of the mahabhuta. But I have no connection to any of those things. I am not what I see. I am not what I know. You stand firmly on that. That is the knowledge. So you have to understand that. So this is the first verse. The other verses we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om